Welcome to businest. In order to be able to give you your expert coaching tips and strategies, we first have to obtain your historical financial information. In order to do that, we will immediately, once you have confirmed your email address as a new business client, we will take you to the Select Provider page that you can see here clearly. We will at all times let you know the packages that we currently integrate with, and all you have to do is select the package that you are currently using and click the import button. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to be assuming that we are a Xero user. You will immediately be taken to Xero and be asked to provide your login and password details. From there, you will be able to establish a connection to whatever client file represents your business, and from there you will be asked to confirm whether you want to import the selected financials. Just click the import button now. What will happen now is for a few short minutes, we will be grabbing your numbers and bringing them into business. The entire process of setting up your account is very quick and fast. You do not need to be a professional accountant or a bookkeeper to do it. It should take 7 or 8 minutes at the most. Essentially, what we've done is we have used sophisticated algorithms and artificial intelligence, if you will, if you want to call it that, to bring your data and information into business very quickly and map it to a standard set of chart of accounts. And we do that in order to standardize your data and make it easier to give you powerful and probative and really useful and practical tips. So what's going to happen is you're going to authorize your data, and you're going to be brought to a screen when we've successfully grabbed your data. From there, you will see that some things are marked highlighted in green and some things are in red. Everything that is in green has been pre-mapped by our system and likely is correct. However, we still do recommend that you check everything just to be sure. But what we're doing, for example, is we're just wanting to highlight to you things that we're not sure about. So in this instance, let's just go back here to the first tab, which is income. Basically, we have already mapped everything in its green. However, what I want to highlight with you is what we're looking is we just want to make sure that you have correctly identified everything as either cash income, meaning you're getting it up front immediately when you deliver your goods or services, or income on account. So on account just means that you're giving people terms and you're letting them pay you later. So before you do anything, please go to the income tab and just make sure that that's correct. If you have cost of sales, whether they be purchases or goods or even work in progress, please make sure that that's categorized correctly before we do the formal input of all the data. Same for expenses. When you click on the drop-down menu here, you will see that there are a number of expenses that we have highlighted or made as separate categories. We want to ensure that the big ones, marketing and advertising, wages and other employee costs, rent, utilities, occupancy charges, and things like travel, vehicle, or fuel. These top 4 are usually some of the biggest expenses in your business. So we want to make sure that we categorize those correctly. A lot of the other expenses are smaller. They're less likely to be significant, but can be in certain businesses. And for the most part, if something doesn't fit into one of these categories, please choose all other fixed expenses. That's our catch-all phrase for everything that otherwise isn't specifically listed here in the drop-down menu. The next thing, assets, is very straightforward. Again, we're just looking to make sure that everything that is a bank account is correctly qualified or categorized as cash and cash equivalents. Everything else, your receivables, your inventory, should be very straightforward for you to match clearly. And again, the system has already captured that. The only outstanding issues look like they seem to be in the liabilities account. So we've correctly categorized payables and creditors in this case, but there's an amount called historical adjustment. That can be any number of things. In many or most of your businesses, it's just going to be a simple other current liability. So I'm just going to tick the box. And same here for unpaid expense items. It's just a simple other current liability. But we just want to make sure, therefore we have marked it as red, and we want you to do a little bit of manual work to make sure we're right. And again, equity, in this case, the only item showing up is retained earnings, and that's already been pre-categorized for you. As soon as everything is marked as green and you do not see any more red, all you need to do is hit the Save and Continue button. From there, what will happen is you will be taken to this page and asked to click to show your cash position. It's as simple as that. Everything is done. You've completed all the requirements and you're now on your way to getting your first tips and strategies and watching the first video series.